إليه استخدش.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in the U.S., becoming the first foreign leader to be hosted at the White House since U.S. President Donald Trump's return to office. The meeting is likely to focus extensively on the Gaza ceasefire, but there's another key matter that is likely to be a major point of discussion between both the leaders, and that is, will the Israeli Prime Minister get Trump's approval for a military strike on Iran's nuclear facilities? Well, for years, Netanyahu has pushed to draw U.S. attention to Iran's nuclear ambitions that have not only faced resistance from the White House, but also from within Israel's own military and political leaders. As per reports, Netanyahu may aim to secure Trump's green light for a military strike on Iran's nuclear infrastructure. But the question right now is, will Trump approve this? The answer is not so straightforward. In fact, there's history to this. In October last year, at a campaign event in North Carolina, Trump was in favor of Israel attacking Iran's nuclear sites, reportedly stating, and I'm quoting here, "Nuclear weapons are the biggest threat we face," elaborating further that the priority should be to strike Iran's nuclear capabilities first, and I'm quoting again, "worry about the rest later." That's what Trump said. The question now being, what is Iran's stance on this? The Iranian foreign minister last week issued a stern warning that any military aggression by Israel or the US targeting Iran's nuclear sites would ignite an all-out war, labeling such an attack as potentially one of the biggest historical mistakes that the US could make. As per reports, there's a strong possibility that Trump's return to power might embolden Netanyahu to take the military action he's long contemplated. But what exactly is the current state of Iran's nuclear program? Well, according to a report by the New York Times, a covert team of Iranian scientists are reportedly exploring faster, albeit less sophisticated methods to make an atomic weapon. This intelligence was gathered during the final months of the Biden tenure, and it was then passed on to the Trump administration. The report further states that Iran's nuclear engineers are seeking a shortcut, a method that could enable Tehran to weaponize its nuclear fuel in mere months, should its leadership decide to make that choice. As per reports, Iran now possesses enough nuclear material to make 4 or more bombs. However, transforming this material into an actual weapon involves additional and complex steps. This fresh intelligence is likely to be a major discussion between Trump and Netanyahu in Washington, D.C. Trump's stance on this matter remains somewhat uncertain. When asked after his inauguration if he would back an Israeli strike on Iran, his response was cautious. Trump hoped that it could be resolved peacefully without Israel having to strike Iran. As per U.S. intelligence estimates, for Iran to build a functional nuclear warhead capable of being mounted on a missile, it could take anywhere from a year to 18 months. Some Israeli predictions extend that timeline to 2 years. But here's where things get interesting at this point of time. According to New York Times, U.S. officials believe that Iran now has the technical capability to make an older style nuclear device, which is much faster than previously thought. This would reportedly be a rudimentary, less sophisticated weapon, but still capable of delivering a powerful deterrent message to the world. Adding that such a weapon could be assembled quickly, tested and showcased as a proof that Iran has crossed the nuclear threshold. And the mere possession of such a device would force countries who are considering military action to think twice against Iran. And Iran's preparations don't stop just there. In just the past month, Iran has constructed 3 underground missile facilities at undisclosed locations. Simultaneously, Iran has also ramped up military drills, particularly around its nuclear sites. signaling readiness to defend against any potential strikes. So what's next? Netanyahu's visit to the US is not just a diplomatic meeting. It might just determine whether West Asia plunges into a catastrophic conflict. So will Trump grant Netanyahu the authorization he seeks? And if an attack does occur, how will Iran respond? And what will be the global repercussions? At the moment, the answer to all these questions remain unclear.